Hi friends, it's Mrs. Ross, and today I have a book that I want to share with you called When I Get Bigger by Mercer Mayer. Now, I know that when I was younger, I would always say, well, when I get bigger, I'm going to do this, or when I get bigger, I'm going to do that. You might be thinking some of those things too, so some of the things in this book might sound familiar to you. When I Get Bigger by Mercer Mayer. When I get bigger, I'll be able to do lots of things. I'll go to the corner store all by myself and spend my allowance on anything I want. I'll wait until the light is green, and then I'll look both ways for cars before I cross the street. I'll have my own watch, and I'll tell everyone what time it is. I'll go on a bus to Grandma and Grandpa's. I'll go to first grade. This is the perfect book for us because in kindergarten, I'm sure you'll be thinking that. When I get bigger, I'll have a real leather football, my own radio, and a pair of Super Pro roller skates. I'll have a two-wheeler and a paper route, and I'll make lots of money. A paper route is kind of like a job. When you deliver papers to somebody, you make some money. At the playground, I'll help the little kids on the swing. I'll pick out my own boots at the shoe store. I'll make a phone call and dial it by myself. Now, you might be looking at that phone thinking it looks a little different. That's kind of an old-fashioned phone. I'll order something from a catalog. Again, that's kind of old-fashioned. We kind of order things online now. And it will come in the mail. When I get bigger, I'll camp out in the backyard all night long. Or I'll stay up to see the end of a late movie. Even if I get sleepy, I won't go to bed. But right now, I have to go to bed because Mom and Dad say I'm not bigger yet. Hi friends, it's Mrs. Ross, and I wanted to show you a picture that I started about the book that we just read from Little Critter and Mercer Mayer about when I grow up. And in that book, Little Critter had all sorts of different things that he wanted to do when he grew up. And it started to make me think there's a lot of things that I thought of when I was younger that I thought, when I grow up, I'm going to be able to do that. One thing that I always thought about was being a teacher. And I used to play school all the time. So I started my picture, and I'm showing you that you're in my house because I put a big rectangle here with a little circle to make my door, and this is the door to my room. And I always had a big sign on it that had my name on it, but I just put my room right there. And then in the hallway, right outside my room, we had some old-fashioned desks and chairs. So these look kind of funny, but it's a little bit more like what they looked like in my house. So if you were playing school, it might look different. You might have little tables or things like that, but we had these old-fashioned desks and chairs, and they were all connected in one long piece. So that's why I drew it a little different. Yours, if you were playing school, it might look different. Now, I would play with my friends, and so I drew my friends that were sitting here at the table. I also put a rectangle, and I put these little lines through it because sometimes people have lines that go through their windows, and it kind of makes it look like a window, so you can tell that I'm inside my house. Here's my door, here's my window. I put my friends, but I haven't put me yet. So I want to put me in the picture, and I loved to be the teacher, so I'm going to put a circle for my head and an oval for my body, and I'll do some rectangles for legs and some little ovals for for feet and little circles for hands. Okay, and this is me. In order for you to tell it's me, I'm going to draw my hair, and even when I was younger, I had short hair. I've always had short hair. So that's me. I'm going to put a smile on my face because I was always happy when I got to play teacher. I'm going to put a pointer in my hand, and it had a little tip on it like that so that I could point to certain things if I was writing them. And I might have had a chart right here taped onto my wall. It could have had like the ABCs on it, and I could have been pointing to that. Now, I drew my picture of myself and I drew my picture of my friends, but I want to keep telling the story. As I'm drawing my picture, I want to say the story. So I would say, when I was younger, I wanted to be a teacher, and I would play school with my neighborhood friends right in the hallway outside of my room. So I want to keep telling that story. It's really important to tell your story and not just say, this is me, this is a friend, this is a friend, this is a friend, this is my room. That doesn't tell the whole story. That's just pointing out things. I want to say the story. When I was younger, I liked to play school with my friends in our old-fashioned desks in the hallway right by my room. Telling the story, remember, is very important. Now, this is me, so I'm going to label me. And I could label my friends if I know how to write their names, but I'm just going to put the first letter of their names because that's what I know. A J, an A, an H. And if I wanted to write a sentence down here, I know I can't write the whole sentence, the whole story. When I was younger, I liked to play school with my friends in my old-fashioned desks outside my room in the hallway. That's pretty long. So I'm going to shorten it up, and I'm just going to say, let's see, what did I want to do when I grew up? I want to be a teacher. Now, friends, if you can't write all of those words, you might just write the thing that you wanted to be when you grew up, or what you wanted to do when you grew up. You might just write the word teacher, and you might not know how it goes, but you know it starts with a T, teacher, and ends with an R. And if that's all you get, that's fine. But give it a try. We want to try to put those labels on there or those words on our page. So think about some things that you want to do when you grow up. Little Critter in the book wanted to go camping and sleep outside. He wanted to be able to spend his allowance, pick out his own shoes, go for a walk down to the corner all by himself. He was just excited to even go to first grade. So think about what you want to do when you get bigger. Maybe it's when you grow up and you're an adult, or maybe it's just when you're a bigger kid. Think about what you want to do, and let's get writing. Have fun!